What is going on, guys? My name's Tefty. Welcome to Dank Talk number 9. We got the usual crew, BlueWestlo.
Hello, it's me.
And VersusTheStream.
Hello, hello.
We're going to talk about the video games. How about it, guys?
What's those? You play those? Yeah, those for kids.
You played them video games?
Video games suck. Nobody likes them.
Yeah, it's a tanking industry. Anyways, there's some games that came out this week that we're going to talk about. Let's kick things off with a certain beta. How about it, Rant?
A beta that took me 3 hours to download just to find out it's about to end 10 minutes later. Oh,
You could have downloaded it on Friday. Let's be honest, Ab.
PSN, when I was done streaming, PSN went down, so I couldn't download it, and then it got busy.
PSN was down for the whole weekend?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it went down, and I had the time to download it, and then I was busy.
For the whole weekend. He was busy for 48 hours straight.
Excuses. I should just download it. Shut up.
I should have just done it. Well, it was a pretty dope beta. I mean,
yeah,
I enjoyed it quite a lot. I really like the gameplay of it. Very skill based, I guess. If that's the word people want to use for it. But it's a really cool beta. The gameplay is really fun. The settings are really cool. I was very surprised it's a Ubisoft game because it has an uncharacteristic level of polish that I am not used to of Ubisoft games, to be honest.
Maybe they're changing their tunes, you know?
I guess. I think it's probably just the developer.
Yeah.
Because they have done such a really, really good job with the game. Because
it's a new developer, so right? Like, it's a new one that they haven't worked with Ubisoft yet? Or is it one of Ubisoft's already old studios?
That's a good question, Tefty.
I have no idea.
I think it's a new one. I remember on E3 it was like a dude like a beard and a cane. Like I never seen him before. I assume.
Let me tell you about these Vikings and why they're badass. So
let me go ahead and tell you why the Vikings fight for their life.
But yeah, I was really surprised at how good the game played, how fun it was. Just in general, it was a really, really well polished, fun game.
That's awesome. Yeah, I unfortunately didn't actually get to play. I downloaded it on PC when it came out, and then just never opened it up. But I watched a lot of streams, and that is something. The polish that I noticed was like all the animations are incredibly well done. Like they look really good. Yeah, they look like they're actually heavy. You know, like they're actually carrying weight and all that, and they're throwing their whole body into the moves.
Yeah, and it feels, for each character, it feels really right, I guess. Just every character feels unique. Every character has their own set of abilities, and each character is good at like countering. One character is good at just fucking going in and swinging their. This is one Viking class I think is really stupidly overpowered because he could just like run at you and pin you against the fucking wall. Which you're like, well, like,
yeah, I remember seeing some of that.
Like, you know, like that's cool, man. I'm not upset about it. I'm just pissed.
I think it was cool when you're talking about character, like how like each character is like technically like their own kind of class because they use different weapons, right? And I think it's cool how like it feels like they're their own kind of character, you know? Like it's cool watching people play different characters. Like every stream I went to, one person's using a Viking, one person's using a knight, other person's using a samurai with like I forgot, like a spear. And they all look different. Like they look like each character was their own kind of experience.
They'll definitely play very differently. Every character plays very, very differently from each other. So obviously, I'm a weeb, and I played around with some of the samurais for the most part. And every samurai has a different kind of way of playing. The one character I played most honorable was Orochi, I think, and he's a very like hit and run type. Like use your agility to your advantage, and you're basically a pussy in fights, but that's like how you're supposed to play him. And then with other fights, it's like you kind of play on like burst combos. Yeah. For some characters, and then there's one kind of tankier samurai where he's just like, yeah, you're powerful as fuck. Like just fucking swing at people, man.
How many?
Sounds so good.
How many characters were available in the beta?
I believe 9 total.
It's like 3 for each kind of like
there's
faction kind of. I don't know what to call it. What do they call it? Like when they call like the Vikings, the samurai. What do they call them specifically?
Just like, is it classes, groups? I guess groups. I didn't really.
It's like a group of 3 classes. Like each group has like multiple classes in it. So like I'm not sure what they call. Like I guess we could just call them factions right now until someone corrects us. But
that's fine. Yeah,
that's what they offer. 3 factions, 3 classes.
Yeah, so basically 3 factions and 3 characters for each.
Is that also like how the game is going to launch, or do you know if there's going to be more factions?
I think that's going to be how the game's going to launch.
Okay.
They market it heavily Obviously, you have the 3 different factions of samurais, Vikings, and knights.
Right, but then
So
there's
I'm
3
pretty
characters of each
sure-
faction as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change come launch.
Okay. I saw people use like moves where they got more health and stuff like that. Like, again, I didn't play it, so I'm unaware.
Yeah, so every class also comes with a different amount of what do you call it? Abilities and
Special moves,
perks that you can use, and like So as the more you do, like the more you swing at like NPCs, the more you kill other people or defend other people or save them, you get, I guess, like an ability, like an ability bar, And the more you charge that ability bar, the more abilities you have access to.
Yo, the abilities.
So some heroes have like this crazy fucking ability where you like, if you're near death, you get like this crazy burst of like, I'm gonna get a bunch of health back and be
I
really
saw
cheap
that.
and fuck you.
Yeah.
And other heroes have like a long bow where you could start a fight at a crazy advantage. Like it'll deal like 60% of a hero's health.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of stuff to it. I didn't really get to go too deep into it, despite me having played it for a couple hours. But it was really fun. I might actually pick it up I'm probably gonna pick it up for PC and play on a controller, because that game is a game you got to play on a controller.
It looks like it, yeah. Seems like a lot of the streams I watch, it was like, well, obviously you have to use a controller on this. It's like Dark Souls PvP type of stuff, only different, obviously, with the guard system. There's loot that drops too. Like because I didn't play it, I don't understand what the loot does. I don't understand how the progression is. It seems like there is this progression system through the PvP side. Can you explain that?
I don't know if loot drops, but from what I did play is the more you play, like you get these credits basically, and with those credits you can buy basically loot boxes that come with like armor or gear or like little trinkets for your sword. Imagine just your average attachment system, just using it on melee weapons. Okay. So as a samurai, I can get hilts that give me certain abilities. I can get so
it does affect abilities.
It doesn't affect abilities, but it affects certain stats on your character. So like how far you push someone when you use a throw, how long your revenge cycle lasts for, how much damage you block when you do a successful guard. So stuff like that comes in the boxes that you buy, basically.
That sounds useful.
So what is it doing once the match is complete? Because I saw someone complete a match and it said looting the battlefield.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Like XP, and then it showed like you can get like a different piece, like a helmet or something. Like
I guess I didn't do that yet. I don't think I played that at all. But it might have been a different mode, I guess.
Could be
domination mode. It was after a domination mode, and then after you win, it says looting the battlefield or something like that.
That's really interesting.
Like XP and I guess possible drops from it.
I guess you can get drops. I never got a drop from me playing though.
Okay, maybe it's rare.
I pretty much only got XP.
Huh? Yeah, I'm just. I want to know how deep the customization can actually go and how it can actually affect the battlefield. Because that's cool, the different stats for pushing and all that. I wonder if there is like god roll type of stuff or end game loot that you want for the PvP battlefield. Then, if you see somebody rolling in with a certain set, you're like, oh no, this samurai is gonna whoop my ass because they're decked out in the full gear.
It didn't seem like it didn't seem like it was totally like the more you play, the better gear you have. It just seemed like you could customize exactly how you want your build to play. Okay. I guess. So a lot of it is like you put one thing like this like armor or weapon will take something away in return for something else. So you start off with certain stats, and then if you want to be like the type of character that has like really good counter system, then yeah, congratulations. Like you're going to have to make a build that works toward that. Okay. So, I mean, there's obviously, you got to have to work for your build if you want to have a perfect build with a certain character, depending on how that character plays. So
sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, it's definitely
a cool game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It looks great too. Like, again, like you said, the polish, like not only animations, but the battlefield itself and the different moves and all that. There's a lot of polish to it. I'm excited about it. One thing I don't know about though is the first player or the story mode, because supposedly there is some sort of story mode or single player mode that's coming in, and I just don't know anything about it. I don't know if you guys
know anything about it either. Yeah,
I don't think I know people who have like connections, those streamers and content creators who are really close with Ubisoft that get like the invites over there.
Mm-hmm.
They said they confirmed the story mode that could be played co-op as well. They just don't know what it is exactly. So I don't think anyone other than the employees know what that's going to be.
Okay. See, for me, worst case scenario is basically just the PvP battle with like some sort of text overlay that says, "Oh, you have to go."
Probably will be like that.
Yeah.
To be honest, because they've put so much effort into marketing this game as this PvP crazy like Viking warrior going to battle and kill shit, pillage.
Mm-hmm.
They have really not said anything about the story, so I have a feeling that the main campaign is probably just going to be like your average go run through this place. All right, good job, warriors. Go pillage.
Well,
congrats.
Basically like Titanfall. You know, Titanfall.
Yeah, essentially like Titanfall.
Yeah, like the first Titanfall, maybe.
Yeah, it was like, hey, here's a PvP match that's actually with AI, and they'll let some titles on top saying what you have to go do.
Yeah,
you complete it,
I have
and
a
then
feeling
does the
it's
next
gonna be
one.
like that.
Yeah, that's my thought too, which is kind of disappointing for a lot of people who might be interested in some sort of story mode, because that game looks like it would be really fun if there was an actual campaign also, because it's fun looking as a PvP game. So imagine as a campaign going through different levels, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Could be a missed opportunity, but I feel like at this point they would have said a little bit more on the actual,
The campaign, yeah. Yeah, so don't expect much out of the campaign. Expect it to be basically like PvP battles. At least we're assuming, because they didn't tell us anything yet. But it does come out in a couple days, right?
Yep, comes out on Tuesday, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's For Honor bashing. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I think there's a trailer for the story mode now. Like I'm just looking around for it.
Oh really?
And it looks like, let me see if I can find it. For after when we're done talking about it.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like something close to it. I see cutscenes and stuff like
cutscenes
that going on.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yep, this is a story. Yep, I see. There's cutscenes in it.
That's cool. Yeah. Again, like we didn't. This is a jump in as we go type of podcast, so we don't always do our research 100% beforehand. To talk about the games that we want to play.
Well, looks like it's new. It looks like people are actually finding the trailer right now. I guess.
Oh, it just came out right now.
Just now ending. So it looks like it just released and people are watching it now. So yeah, there's gonna be cutscenes and all that cool stuff. So it looks really cool.
That's cool. Yeah. I plan on picking it up on PC for me. It is peer-to-peer connections, which sucks in this day and age on 2017. I'm sure because it's a new IP, they don't want to necessarily invest in a bunch of servers for a game that may die in a month,
See, but the interesting part is that even though it was peer-to-peer, when the game did work, it worked great. But obviously, there were a ton of connection issues with matches just straight up being canceled, like halfway into the fucking game. It took forever to find games a lot of the time. So, but when the game worked, it worked fantastic.
Yeah, I heard that too. Actually, I mean, I think I was watching a streamer and it said 100. It was like
100. It was 100 or nothing, really.
Yeah. Okay. So when the population gets smaller, that's when I wonder. It's like Destiny. You don't really notice the connection issues initially, but also because it's a new game. But then as the population shrinks, Red Bar Warriors and all that crap, I wonder how that's going to affect this game. Hopefully not too much, but...
Yo, there's an elephant in the game. Spoiler alert.
What? Elephants? What?
Hey.
You get to ride on an elephant as like a samurai or something?
That'd be sick. Yeah, like you guys are saying you bought it on PC. Like, I want it on PS4 to stream because I don't do the dual PC setup, and it's kind of hard to stream on one PC and want to look good at the same time.
I understand
so
that.
that's the only reason why I want to get it on PS4 to possibly stream it. But if I don't end up wanting to stream it, and maybe do one of those games I play off stream for fun, maybe make videos, stuff like that. So if I get it on PC, it'll be for that. If I get it on PS4, obviously I want to stream it. So.
I wonder if there's going to be PS4 Pro support.
That'd be cool. I don't expect it because I haven't really seen any talk about it.
Yeah,
but that'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure. I know that. I think Blue, you said that it was 30 FPS on console, and then obviously 60 on PC.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I didn't pay attention, to be honest. If I'm gonna be real, I'm pretty sure it was 30. And then on PC it was clearly 60.
Yeah.
Like, and if it was silky smooth.
Yeah, it looks like it was optimized already for the beta, right?
It was very well optimized on PC. I feel like I had a better experience on PC than I had console. To be honest, even though this game is a lot easier to play on
controller.
What do you call it? Controller.
Yeah, but I mean, you just plug in a controller in a PC nowadays. It's no problem. Finds it.
So.
Yeah.
It was. I enjoyed it. It was great. Fantastic. Decent. Does the job. Muy bueno.
Cool. I'm planning on picking up.
Like just talking about it and seeing streams. I definitely want to play it. I think that's pretty powerful just to be watching streams of it. That says a lot. It shows that these game developers need to really start putting more of their chips into Twitch and streaming, because it's so just streaming itself. Like, it wasn't even a lot of streams. Not like I watched like hours of it. I watched maybe like 45 minutes total of streams.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it as well.
Yeah,
I didn't watch a lot of streams, but I did watch a lot of YouTube, and this game actually seems pretty popular on YouTube. So
nice. That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good release. There's also another game coming out on Tuesday that I haven't talked about. We haven't talked about. Sniper Elite. Are you guys interested in anything like that?
I've never been into Sniper Elite. Like, I had a friend who streamed it before, but it's never been my kind of game. I just never found the like what I would find enjoyable.
Yeah,
but it's not for me, I guess.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. It's more of a game that I'd pick up like on sale or something. Maybe try it out. But yeah.
Wait, Tefty, doesn't the Resident Evil 7 DLC come out this Tuesday as well? Like, let me see.
Oh, it might. Yeah. I haven't been following it because on PC it doesn't come out till the 21st.
Oh yeah, you're playing on PC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I forgot about that.
Nerd.
I believe the PS4 DLC comes out this Tuesday as well.
Dude, you're right. Are you gonna pick that up?
Yeah, definitely. The first DLC was fantastic.
Oh, really, you know what? We didn't talk about that. I didn't get a chance to play it. Like, if you can talk about it without spoilers.
Yeah, I can do it without spoilers. So, so it's called Volume 1, Banned Footage Volume 1, and what this is footage that's in the Baker family home that the cops found. So these are tapes the cops are playing in their, place. And it comes with new game modes plus like a new DLC that has nothing to do with the story. It's not like a story spoiler. So you're pretty much playing tapes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And the two of the tapes follow Clancy. Remember him from the demo? He was the cameraman from the demo. You're pretty much following him into one. One's called a Nightmare, which it's like a survival mode where you're in the basement and you have to survive 6 hours. And then the second part of that is called Bedroom. So the entire DLC takes place in one bedroom.
Got it.
And your goal is to get out of that bedroom.
Kinky.
But when you do certain things, it makes a noise, and Marguerite comes in to check on you, and you have to try to get back to the bed.
Oh my god!
And if you messed with something and you didn't put it back to where it was, she notices it and she does something to you.
Oh
and
no!
After a certain amount of times of messing up, you die, of course. So the goal is to figure this stuff out. You mess up, you remember it, you learn from it, go forward, and then the third DLC part of it is called Ethan Must Die. And I haven't played too much of that yet, but it's a really hard mode where most of the enemies hit you once and you die.
Oh, okay.
And you're supposed to get a key to, I guess, a greenhouse. And it's like Dark Souls. Like, you'll die, and if you can make it back to your grave, you'll get something you had before. Like, you have to try to get back to your gravestone, break it, get an item, and everything's random. The only thing that's not random is enemy placements, but the boxes everywhere have random loot.
Oh, interesting.
Like, depending on the color of it, purple. I think it's 3 stars, like 3, 2, and 1 star. And depending on the stars, depends on what comes out of it. But it's really cool. They added the two. Like, it feels like a completed game, and developers had enough time to give us more stuff, and that's what was really cool about it.
That is awesome. That's how DLC should be.
It didn't feel like they were filling in any plot holes that they had to scrap because they were being rushed. It just felt like it's more for us, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and Resident Evil is such a good game. I'm really happy that they did that and they knocked it out of the park. I'll have to check it out.
So good.
When you play the DLC this coming week, for sure, you have to talk about it next episode, because I'd like to know about it.
Sounds good. I'll definitely do that.
Cool.
Sounds goop.
Cool. So another game came out. NIOH. Blue,
Weeb Souls.
Yeah, Weeb Souls, right? Blue, you said you were going to skip it, right?
I said I wanted to try it, but that I was probably going to skip it. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Dark Souls.
Right. You've been watching any streams on it? Or videos?
Nope.
No.
I peeking on Ab's stream while he plays it. It's very weeb indeed. That's all I know about it. I honestly don't even. I guess I have watched a lot of NIOH by the numbers, but the reality is I really just listen to Ab's stream when he streams it.
Aww.
He's just there
it's
for
pretty
that,
much
that voice.
Gaiden meets Dark Souls. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever played any Ninja Gaiden games, Tefty?
No. Well, I mean, back in the day. So I didn't play any like recent Ninja Gaiden.
The ones that came out for Xbox and forward.
Yeah.
It pretty much feels like that because it's made by Team Ninja, who made Ninja Gaiden.
Yep.
And it's pretty much Ninja Gaiden gameplay meets the Dark Souls mechanics, like the world and how everything works there. And it's incredible. It's extremely fun.
It's phenomenal. I'm having such a fun time with that.
So good.
So you haven't finished the game, right?
No, I haven't finished the game. I'm on the 3rd region, and to explain to people how it works, Dark Souls is usually you're put into the world and you go where you want. This is more like a mission-based thing. So you'll choose. You start off in a region. You choose an area. It's like a little open area, and your goal is to obviously complete the mission by killing the boss.
Yep.
So I'm on the 3rd region. Tefty said you're going to the 5th region.
Yeah, I just finished the 4th region last night on stream. I got pretty salty at this one boss.
Oh man,
I felt bad about that, honestly.
Oh man,
the salt was coming out.
I got salty on 2 bosses so far. Like,
yeah.
So far 2 bosses are like how can I talk about it without spoiling it?
Wait.
I guess the boss in the caves.
Before you spoil, well, what we could do is talk about kind of the overall review, and then we can get into like some spoilers if you want.
Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So something also that is just amazing, and maybe this is part of the Ninja Gaiden games, but every weapon type. So there's like a regular samurai sword. There's katanas, dual blades. There's a kusarigama, which I have not used, which is like a on a leash type of blade, type of get over here type of thing, which is really cool. There's spears, axes, and is that it? Bows and guns as well.
Bows, guns.
Yeah. Now, all of the weapons have very unique play styles, aside from the projectiles. Projectiles are obviously projectiles, but their sound effects are amazing, and they feel great. But the actual melee weapons, they all have 3 different stances: a high stance, medium stance, and a low stance. And they have combos that you can unlock through the skill trees to further the enhancement of it. It's just so good. All of them play in their own way, and they have strengths and weaknesses to certain types of enemies. It's just done so well. Like the combat is very satisfying, and on top of that, to have the projectiles also feel really satisfying. It's kind of it's a rare combo to see nowadays in an action RPG.
It's really good. So far, I've only used the swords, like the normal swords,
samurai swords,
axes, which the hammers are also in there.
Right.
So I've only tried the stances with the swords and the axes, and it was really cool. I don't find myself switching stances too often. Usually, when I switch a stance, it's by accident. Like I press R1 and X, and I find myself in the low stance. But I find myself just usually using the medium stance. It's like a good in between for like heavy hits, like strong attacks, but also speed. So I usually find myself in the middle most of the time.
Yeah, that's fair. I started doing that in the beginning. I was mostly like mid stance type of stuff. And then I started using the dual katanas, and the dual katanas in low stance absolutely wreck, because you have so many hits that are hitting that they kind of stagger some opponents, or they there's just so much hit spam that you can do with that. And then with like the pole, like I noticed myself switching between high and medium a lot with the pole, or the spear, I should say, because
the spears and stuff.
Yeah, because the spear gets really good range.
I tried the spears in the beginning of the game, and I don't know. I guess I never liked spears in games in general. But I was thinking about the dual, like using dual katanas and stuff. I was like, I feel like just getting a lot of hits as fast as possible will come in really good handy.
Yeah.
So I might have to try it out, because I know the beginning of the game makes you choose what you want to be good at. But does that give your player any sort of difference? Like
just a little bit. Like basically your build is your build, and you can actually reset your build later on. So
yeah, with the book I saw, a 10,000 coin book. Yeah.
So it really opens it up for you for what you want to do. For me, I've just been really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm at the end of the 4th region, just about done with all the submissions. And is it 4th or 5th? Yeah, no, I'm heading to the 5th region. And the level design is great. The bosses are great, even though I got salty on that boss really bad. The storytelling is really great as well. Like this whole Japanese setting and going after these.
It.
Yeah,
I like how it's giving you story versus like Dark Souls. It tries to give you lore in like its own kind of way, but this one's very straightforward. It'll give you all this text to read if you want. It gives you the cutscenes, so it's cool how it gives you all that story. Like it doesn't make you search for it.
Yeah, and the systems in the game are very complex too. Like you can just be strictly melee and not pay attention to anything, and you can definitely You can go the distance essentially doing that, or you can go into the magic or the ninjutsu and the guardian spirits and what they do, and like level up your spirit, all that, and have different stats. And you can go for set builds in the loot. That's the other thing too. The loot will drop and it'll have various rarities, and some of them will be part of sets, so you can set bonuses just like in Diablo, which is so cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know about the set bonuses.
Yeah, there'll be a green text in there, and if you you click R2, I think once or twice, and when it's equipped, it'll show you what the set bonuses will do for like 2 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces, and 6 pieces. And you can get that set bonus also on weapons as well. So you can equip like a bow that has one of those green flavor text that can also work with your armor as well.
That's really, it's completely new to me. That's awesome.
Yeah, it adds a whole nother level because you can go back and farm bosses and try to get loot that drops from them that are specific to them. Oh, well, actually...
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I don't know if it's specific to the boss, although I did get the red gear from this one guy at, I think, in the 3rd region. He's like the dojo dude. I don't know if you fought him. He's a submission.
I saw you playing it for a little bit. I left quickly because of spoilers, but I saw you playing with the dual katanas, and you had like red armor, you had like giant horns on your head.
Yeah, he drops that armor. Yep. Yeah.
What's can you explain what that armor does without spoiling anything? Or is it a spoiler by explaining why is that armor good?
Yeah, I mean it's basically, like damage reduction and then close combat damage enhancement. Then there's also specific skills that'll increase. That part I haven't got to yet because it'll be like
I'm confused by the whole like certain the gear will have defense +2, will have toughness and also damage reduction.
Yep.
And it confuses me. It confuses me like this one has higher defense but lower damage reduction, or this one has higher damage reduction and like less toughness. I don't know. It confuses me. So
there's a lot of stats. Yeah.
Much about it.
The other thing too is you can go to the blacksmith and re-roll stuff, and you can try to get like the stats themselves will be of various rarities. So you can try to re-roll.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. You can try to re-roll for like a purple rarity, or I mean a purple stat rarity that'll have like a really good bonus on there, like say fire damage or something, which is really cool.
It took a while for the loot system to actually really be enjoyable for me, because in the beginning it started off well. I got better things. Then for hours I was constantly getting things that just weren't good until I realized the game wants to give you all this extra stuff to sell and to offer to the shrine so you get more XP.
Yep.
But it feels really good to get something that's really good, has really cool stats. And if you don't like maybe like one thing on it, go to the blacksmith, change it, get your perfect build for that, and you're good for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Or soul match things that you do like to bring them up to level.
Like, and it's like infusion, right? I guess we can compare it to infusion.
Yeah.
Infusing from Destiny.
This is really
soul
expensive.
Oh, really expensive. One, I was trying to infuse a helmet. It was like 900K. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think what happens is every time you infuse something, the cost like quadruples or something.
Skyrockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I noticed the same thing too. I was like, wait, this one only costs 90K, but this one costs 800K. And yet it's like the same level. I was like, I infused it before, so that's why.
And you could also do something that I think every sort of RPG with a loot system should let you do, is you can change the way a piece of gear, like weapon or a piece of armor, the way it looks. So I can have a sword that I really like the way that it's designed, but I have this other sword with better stats. So if it's available, I can actually make that sword look like my favorite looking sword.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. I think other games should definitely do that. I know MMOs, there's some MMOs out there that do it, but I want more games like on console and non-MMOs to do that as well.
Absolutely.
Maybe even Destiny 2.
Let's talk about difficulty. You've played obviously all the Dark Souls stuff in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
So how would you compare its difficulty to Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all that?
So far, I haven't really found it to be. I guess it's like the perfect blend of difficulty. I haven't found a part that's felt too difficult. If I was having trouble with a boss or something, I'd die a couple times strictly to try to figure out its movements. But that's like any Dark Souls games. You want to learn a movement of an enemy and get past it. But I'm trying to, I guess, what to compare it to. I guess I can compare it closer to Bloodborne, because I didn't find Bloodborne to be like too challenging to the point where I had to throw a controller. So maybe like that. It wasn't like as hard as like say Dark Souls 1 for me, but it was like on par of like Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2 and 3.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like the right blend of challenge.
Yeah, I think so too. The only thing that's a little bit different, this one requires more often than not really sharp millisecond dodges. Because I think you were talking about a boss in the cave, and this could be spoilers. Spoilers. So there's a
spoiler time. Blue, gotta do the song.
It's spoiler time in the fucking spoiler shit. Took the dick.
Spoiler time.
Man, spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
So you're talking about the cave boss, right? It's the lady.
That flying lady that stuns you, and after you get stunned, it's like you might as well just
Give up.
Just drop the controller.
Yeah, GG. Yeah. She's got a couple attack moves where you literally have to be looking at her, and as soon as she starts the animation is when you have to dodge.
Yeah.
And there's like a very, very small window of opportunity to dodge. And stuff like that is different in this game, where those reaction times, I find those a lot more often in bosses than in, say, Bloodborne. You know?
Makes sense. Team Ninja is all about that. Like the Ninja Gaiden games is all about reaction time and getting in there as quickly as possible. For that boss, I died maybe like 3 or 4 times. And then what I decided to do is I would wait for her to do her moves. I would dodge, maybe get 2 hits, dodge, 2 hits. And that's the way I did it.
Yeah, basically some of the bosses that were just very difficult in terms of moveset watching. Basically, you just had to like take a stab and duck out. That's what I found.
I'll try to cheese it using the spirit. So when you summon your spirit, you don't take any damage towards your main health, but your spirit gauge will go down faster if you take damage. So I try to use that to eat up some damage and do damage to them as well. And there was a specific fight where you fight I can't remember his name, but he has a wife that you fight with to go save him.
Oh yeah,
you fight him in like a field.
Yeah, the samurai.
And that was I found that really challenging because I kept trying to dodge stuff, and then I was like, let me try something else. Let me try blocking, and I found that blocking during that fight actually helped more than dodging because I can block, then hit, block, then hit. And in these games, for some reason, I never parry. Like in Dark Souls, I don't parry. In Bloodborne, I don't parry. I always just relied on dodging. I would dodge then hit.
Wow.
So
Versus doesn't parry.
It's not very. I don't
what
really.
A noob.
I don't think. Please, all right, please. Like the dodge, like parrying for this game was weird for me at first too, until I just got it down because I'm so used to blocking right when you get hit. But this one was like you just wait and press square.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started blocking. I don't block. Like I don't block at all. I just dodge and hit. Like I try to be as fast and strong as possible. And if I feel like I'm taking too long, I get really impatient.
Yeah.
And that's usually the fights I lose. Like the fights that I'm bad at are usually the ones you have to be patient with.
Yeah.
But once I actually realize that, I start to, slow down a bit, pull my, just block out, and we usually beat it. Yeah,
I'm in the same boat on that too. That guy in the field, I couldn't actually do the block stuff because he would suck my whole stamina out completely on each hit. So I don't know what your build was. Maybe you had more build that could like withstand blocks, but like he'd do that power up charge where he'd slice through across the field and hit you, and it would just it would take me down. And like he would then be able to do one of those.
Yeah, depending on how much stamina I had, I would either dodge it or block it. But usually I'd block and then try to get my stamina up really well. But I didn't really have moments. There'd be times where I would block something and he would stun me to the point where he can do like one of those really strong hits.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it to him. Like he'll have no stamina and for some reason he wouldn't get stunned. I'm like, what?
Usually he has to get hit once when he has no stamina.
Yeah. And that's what I would do. And that wouldn't happen. Like it would usually happen when he has stamina and I hit him and I knock off that chunk and then he'll get stunned. Yeah. It was just like it was like throwing me off. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a little confusing on that part. But yeah, that was a tough fight. Then there's let's see, the one that I just did last night, which you haven't seen yet, and which I won't talk too much about. That was pretty difficult for me because it involved a lot more dodging mixture with maybe some blocking. And I am used to like mostly dodging, but like it was just insane the amount of stuff that would happen. She'd be able to jump around and do all this crap. It was just getting me super salty. But I did it, and also it was at the end of a 9.5 hour stream, so maybe that was my problem too.
Yeah, probably. You're probably just like exhausted.
Yeah, just like tired from my.
Because I've seen you stream some Dark Souls. I've seen those moments where you're just like, what the fuck? And I see you just want to like punch something. I've seen those bloodshot eyes come out. I've seen the people.
The anger.
I've seen the dark side of Tefty.
I've seen the dark side of the beard.
The rage side. But it's a great game. I recommend it to anybody that is interested in the action RPG genre. And if you've ever played Dark Souls or Bloodborne and enjoyed it, then this game is like a perfect complement in my mind.
It's great. Unless you just hate the Japanese culture, this game is fantastic.
In which case,
that's the only reason why you wouldn't like it if you like Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Yeah.
It's a great game. Highly recommend it. Unfortunately, it's only PS4, so it is an exclusive title. It's not on PC or Xbox. Luckily, though, you can get 60 FPS on PS4 because they have that option.
Really cool.
You know, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, so they get.
I like it. I think. Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead.
No, explain it real quick.
Also, so pretty much the game gives you options to play the game. Is on 30 FPS mode. Is it better textures?
Yeah, higher resolution, better textures. I think.
High resolution, better textures on the cinematic mode, and then you have action mode, which is 60 FPS. And the game still looks fantastic in 60 FPS.
Yep.
It looks great. And I think there's one more mode. I forgot what it was. It just seemed.
Oh, I think it's unlocked frame rate.
It was something. It was weird. I was like, why would anyone choose that? Like, you want something steady.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. I think more games should do that. I think they should give more options to the player as more games come out, especially if you're playing on a pro.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that should become like the norm when it comes to console gaming. Either play it at 30 FPS, highest resolution possible, or sacrifice some of that and get a better running game.
Yeah.
And I'll always choose 60 FPS.
Yeah, me too.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's still refreshing to have an option like that because again, the difference between 30 and 60, a lot of people will think that it's a graphic visual fidelity type of thing where the frame by frame is getting better with going to 60. That's not the case at all. It's about fluid animation. So the animations themselves feel silky versus like stopped with 30 FPS. 30 FPS, you'll see gaps on that animation. 60 FPS will have a nice, crispy, fluid feel. So that's really the big difference.
I think you also retweeted a GIF that shows the difference between 60, 30, and 15 frames.
Yep.
You can probably show it in the video when you post this so people can see it while we're talking about it. But it's a huge difference. People it's very weird to hear people say your eyes can only see this many frames. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, I've seen what a 60 FPS game looks like. I've seen what a 144 FPS game looks like. And it is super, like, just night and day.
There was this study I remember reading where they totally debunked that. And the truth is, our eyes don't see in frames. So it's like when people are like, yeah, our eyes only see like 30 frames a second. It's like, no, like you can't measure how our eyes see in frames because they don't see in frames.
Mm-mm. Frames are just for creating some sort of animation.
Yeah. So the reality is, I mean, I think when I finished reading that study, the answer was our eyes will see as many frames on a computer screen as they need to see. So our eyes can definitely recognize the difference between frame. If you had like a 1,000 frame thing, like our eyes could probably see the difference between like 1,000 frames and like 60 or 120 or 180, 240, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
crazy.
It basically, it begins to feel like it's lifelike with the higher frame rate. That's essentially what happens. Like it goes from being an illusion to feeling like almost real when the frame rates are that high. So yeah, Neo's awesome. Highly recommend it. I plan on picking up For Honor as well. Anything else we talking about this week, guys?
Not really. I guess next week we'll talk about the DLC for Resident Evil 7. We'll talk about Nier Automata.
Oh yeah, Nier Automata.
We'll also talk about Horizon because it comes out that Friday, I believe, right? Horizon comes out the Friday of Nier Automata.
Is it Friday?
Next Friday. Not this coming Friday. Next Friday.
Next Friday, Horizon.
So
put it in my butt.
We have.
I thought it was on a Tuesday.
No,
it's on a Friday. I think PlayStation exclusives, like the big ones, usually come out on a Friday now.
Hold up.
It's the 28th.
It comes out the 28th of February, right?
Yeah, the 28th. So that's a Friday? My bad. I didn't realize that.
I believe it's a Friday because the 24th is on a Tuesday.
Oh, let's check it out.
28th is a Tuesday.
Damn, son. February 28th is a Tuesday. He got your ass.
Yep.
Got me. Goddamn. So yeah, but so I guess we can save the Horizon focus talk for the following Sunday.
That's
so
right.
Next week we'll talk about Nier Automata, how we feel about For Honor, and the Resident Evil 7 DLC.
Hell yeah. Sounds good. Well, awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. That is the podcast. My name is Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on twitter.com/Teft and catch the streams I do on twitch.tv/Tefty Teft.
And my name is Versus. You can talk to me on Twitter at VersusTheStream. You can watch my daily live streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/VersusTheStream and check out some of my YouTube content at youtube.com/VersusTheInternet.
My name is BlueWestlo. You can check me out on youtube.com/BlueWestlo, twitch.tv/BlueWestlo, and catch me on Twitter at BlueWestlo.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye, yo.